lots of people suffer because of other people's emotional piss being essentially poured onto them, projected onto them, and covering them. So that's taking the analogy a little too far. But it kind of raises the question, where is a good place to pour emotional piss? Because everybody, gets stressed and gets overworked and stifled by the system and, other adjectives that build up the bladder that is your emotional state. And it builds up. And some people break the seal and just do small things, and they go once an hour, and that works for them, but because it's just little bits at a time. But some people maybe wait, and then they do it. They bundle it all up until they can't hold it anymore, and then a lot of times it goes into places that they don't want, and they can't control it, and it doesn't go into the toilet. And I'm sorry for this analogy being very odd, and I'm taking the analogy very seriously, but when you think about it, what is the appropriate toilet to use for emotional piss? Because the internet is just a toilet of piss. Like, seriously. The internet is probably the number one most used method for people to get stuff off. Like, you project their anger and project their negativities onto other people. Also, because there's very little consequence of what you say. So a lot of people use the internet, but the internet isn't really the best way. I don't know if you can justify. I was about to say, I don't know if you can justify using a toilet, but everybody should. But what is the best outlet for anger, for pain? For some people it's a hobby, or it's a sport, or it's working out, and that's a good way to do it, but it's different for everybody. So sometimes you do have to think about that. You have to think about, you don't want to mistreat your loved ones, so you have to find ways to get rid of it. And maybe